Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and Jamie and get started. I think Jamie can hear me, but I'm having a hard time hearing her. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I just wanted to, no, I still can't hear you. Um, no, I can't. Yeah, it's being weird tonight. I don't know what's going on. Um, I'm not sure as to what's going on. Let me see what else I can see here. Maybe it'll tell me what's happening. Um, Let me see if I turn on my monitor. It's dark in here, so you won't be able to see me. Let's see if I can do something else. Okay. Well, thanks, Jamie, for joining us tonight. I wish that you could talk. I can't hear you, but I hope you hear me. So, at any rate, the disc. Oh my gosh, guys. I got what you guys were saying about yourselves. However, I think a lot of you left it in the template and you kind of just answered with one word or one sentence, which really made it hard to grade it in the right way. We're supposed to be writing. It's great to use the template to understand, do your sentences, but you really need to take what you're writing out of the template once you answer all the questions and put them on a paper. You just copy and paste it onto a paper to answer the questions, with you leaving especially those of you who are writing short sentences, it's not showing a favorite result on my end, and the system is saying, okay, too much of the content is coming from the survey and not enough from the students feedback on what they're saying about themselves. And so that makes it difficult. So I would like to ask you guys, for future assignments, please do not turn the template into me, but to write, use the template to write out your questions as a guide, the answers to your questions as a guide, but copy and paste that into a paper using the Strayer writing standards, as well as, at least the disc in this case should have been referenced, and no one referenced the disc to say where they got their information from. And so we can't do that. We have to use the right way. I mean, not no one, but we had a very few students that did that. So we have to do it the right way, okay? This is a 100 level course, so I can be a little more lenient with what we're doing, and I have been for the first 5 weeks. So going forward, these next 6 weeks, we got to do things the right way, okay? We got accustomed. We're beginning to know more about ourselves. Yes, I know. Yes, yes, Jamie. Yes, that was correct. We're beginning to know more about ourselves now. And so, what we can do is just use that template to answer our questions again, copy and paste what we finish into a Word document. And when you answer something, you just can't say, I'm these three things. For example, I'm gregarious, I'm faithful, I'm flexible. You got to say why you are those things. That's how you answer questions. You got to say why. If I was just answering as if I'm doing an assessment and the people are using that assessment to do other things with, I would answer with one word. But this is not an assessment. This is actually a writing assignment. So you need to answer going that way. So in the future, for future assignments in the class, and we have one coming up in week 7, I need you to only use the template for answering the questions, but copy and paste the answers, not the questions, into a document. And that's going to help me to direct you on how to best write, instead of you just, you know, doing the bare minimum of answering the question with 1 or 2 words or one sentence. All right. So this week I'm going to share my screen and hopefully it comes up. Let's see. I went into this after the fact, so thinking I would get the share screen thing to work right tonight. And you are right, Jamie. The system is like going bonkers today. I think there are a lot of people on Monday nights all of a sudden. So this week is week 6, and we're talking about leadership style. So one of the first secrets to, I love this quote. They have some great quotes in the classes, the people that designed the course. I didn't design the course. And so things that you see there are not coming from me, they're coming from the course designer, which I think the course designers did a great job. So again, one of the first secrets to successful leadership is to learn all you can from your mentors, draw from them, but develop a leadership style that works for you. Be yourself. And I think that is so pertinent about individuals being themselves. So this week we watched a story, we go through the coach's huddle, and he explains why being a flexible leadership style is essential to our success, especially during these times that we're living in now. Right now, we have to be able to change on a dime, or maybe even a penny, if that's such a thing, based on what is happening in the environment. And then the discussion post talks this week about really being discussing how leadership, what leaders that you look to follow. And this can be a coach, a teacher, mentor, or supervisor, but somebody that you like following out there. And I kind of gave my information on who I like to follow and why, and what traits they provide and bring to the table. And this week, I want you to notice how it's talking about, it really wants us to use references from leadership that gets results, the book, to support our response. So you want to, when you're writing, and for example, if you talk about something from the disc talked about these 3 traits I have. And then you would say the disc on page 562 talked about the 3 particular traits. And so that would be, if that was the first thing you referenced to the disc, that'd be number 1. And then if you read something from, for example, the Leadership That Gets Results book, ebook, you would say, based on this leadership styles that one should follow is X. And you would use that as one of your in-text references. All right. And so based on that, that's what we're doing this week in the discussion post. So it should be a nice, pleasant week this week. We don't have a writing assignment, but we do have one coming up for week 3. And the week 7 assignment, which is our 3rd writing assignment, talks to you about what sort of leader are you assessment, answers the questions honestly to help determine your leadership style and give you information on the leadership skills that you need to work on the future. So this one is talking about you, and it asks you to please use STRAIR writing standards. So you're going to download Understanding Your Leadership Style worksheet and save it to your computer. You can, in this case, it's saying you can download it into the assignment 3 page in Blackboard. Follow the instructions on the worksheet to complete the assignment. Save your document as first initial last name A3. Submit your assignment using week 7 assignment link in Blackboard. You can use that because they said here, and the people that designed the course. But if you can, after you answer the question, I really would for you not to use it if possible, submit it like that, but to copy and paste your answers over into a Word document. I think the faster we get to this, the better off we're going to be, because as it stands now, I'm not having enough of you guys to answer the questions in a complete sentence format or a complete paragraph type format. Excuse me, that gives more information and dialogue on it. All right. And again, here's the rubric that we're using and going by. And so you want to make sure that you look at that. A lot of you are turning this rubric in. I don't need to see the rubric. Thank you, Jamie. I don't need to see the rubric. It's just adding to things that we don't need to see. And actually, if you did use this template, only starting from down here, understanding your leadership style, these are the things that you would submit in the assignment. Everything else you would delete out of that rubric. because otherwise you're not going to have enough. You're going to just use one or two words, and it's not going to be what we need it to be. You're not going to get the most out of it in thinking through it yourself. So if you click on here, it says what sort of leader are you? And this is the assessment that you're going to take. The quiz is based on 6 leadership styles identified by Daniel Goleman, namely coercive or commanding, pace setting, authoritative, affiliative, democratic, and coaching. And so you'll start taking the quiz. And once you finish, it'll come out and give you your leadership style. And that's what you're going to talk about. So for me, if I was you, once I went into this, I go ahead and highlight this area up at the top here and use it as one of my references that's on the paper. And as you go through it, we'll start and see how this goes. I want to make sure I am able to answer any questions for you as we go through. Oh, I'm not adding anything to Google Chrome. I don't add anything to my computer. I have a lot of viruses if I do, and I am in Google Chrome, so I may have to do it in another way where I'm not into all these other things. So I'll have to come back to that. And I was hoping I'd be able to do it while you guys were on the phone with me, and we could go through it. This is week 6. Yeah, this is week 6, and this is for week 7, Jamie, that I'm talking about up here. That's not due to week 7. So you're good to go. We've done everything we need to do for week 6. Boy, we on top of it. As a matter of fact, I've graded all of the grades for this week that were out there. So we are in great shape. Uh-oh, did I lose somebody? Okay, yeah, thanks, Jamie. Yeah, so we're good to go here. I'm trying to see, something's going on. I can't seem to see you. I only see 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to exit, I think, Jamie. Let me see if I could stop sharing, and then yes, it's only 2 of us in this discussion tonight. And then one can't really speak to me, so but I do thank you, Jamie, for joining me. I thought I had lost you. And so anyway, what we want to do is just make sure that we're doing the assignments in a way that gets us that we're really talking about ourselves. This is about you. And if you don't put into it, you won't get the most out of it. And you won't get the most from me, because I'm looking, if you're only going to give me one word, I can't give you any more than one word back. And so feedback helps. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys about, if I know you're busy, extremely busy with a lot of stuff. And I want to really reach out and thank those that are posting things early. So, because it allows me to give you more time to look into it. When I get everything on Sunday, I think yesterday I ended up with over 100 assignments posted from the various classes, because everybody waited to Sunday, and then you add in all of the discussion posts that the ones waited to Sunday to post, or Sunday night. It just is no way I can give you all what you need and get the people fairly, the ones that want to know their results early on, how they're doing in their class. It just becomes very complex and complicated. Thank you, Jamie. And the other thing I wanted to express to you guys tonight is, remember, classroom discussions are for you to network. They're not about the teacher. They're more about you guys networking and talking to each other and sharing information to help you guys through your day-to-day and through the work, the stuff that you're learning. The teacher is going to be on a different level. And so when I'm giving feedback, my important feedback is the feedback I provide to you on your discussion post and how that was. And that's really more of a one-on-one type thing versus any kind of feedback I do in the classroom. I try to not go to ask too many questions of you, especially knowing being sensitive to your time. But you guys do need to ask questions of each other, because as you go through your academic journey, it's going to be important that you ask questions or leave with a question to the other students, and that shows engagement. It's just like we were having a conversation face to face, and you say, well, you know, Dr. Carroll, well, yesterday I went through some pitfalls. I had some bumps, wasn't able to post to Sunday. And that's why my post probably wasn't as flavored as it probably should be. And so what are your thoughts about how I should go about posting in the future so that I get all my posts done in a timely fashion, and I'm able to get that feedback from you as well as other students, or that feedback I need from students, and that ability to network within the classroom. Just because I don't see somebody, don't mean I can't network with them virtually. And so how do we make that happen? And so that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, how you can ask a question of someone. So as you can see, that's more than 1 or 2 words. That's probably about 3 or 4 sentences with a question mark, a question sentence at the end. And that gives us more of a meaty discussion post. And so possibly I'll post an example this week in there in the discussion post to give you some thought process as to how we go about answering that discussion post if I was another student answering it, and giving that commentary to the person. And it really does help you with your learning and your ability to retain the information. And that's what we're trying to do, retain the information. In order for us to retain the information, we must use the information, because if we don't use it, we won't retain and won't remember what was going on and how to go about doing it. So Jamie, do you have any questions? Okay. So, okay, wonderful, thank you. Um, what we have is week 6 this week. Is a slower week. Again, I have posted all of the midterm grades as I promised I would have them done. I said I try to do them by 1 or 2 o'clock. Most of them were done by then, except for some others that the computer froze up on me, so I couldn't finish by 2 some. Some of them I didn't finish till about 3:30, but I finished them all. And well, the system froze. My computer didn't freeze, it was the system. I guess there was a lot of people in there. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. But yes, she said I explained everything well. You guys, again, everything's been posted. I posted the grades. If anything came in after 3 o'clock, I will grade it, but it won't be part of your midterm grade because I've already posted those midterm grades out there. All right. And that's why I sent the email on Saturday stating that I would finish all grading by Monday at 9. I'll start grading, finish up grading after 9 Monday, and post the grades by Monday evening, and which is what I did. And so I want to stay committed to those, because there are a lot of people that rely on what I'm saying and they follow that. And so I want to make sure that I'm acting in accordance to what I say to everybody. Yes, the midterm runs 5 weeks. So it goes through the end of week 5. Sometimes some teachers don't, they don't have the time to grade the assignments. I make a commitment to have all the assignments graded by a certain time. So I get up early in the morning to start grading them. So this morning, I think I started grading on Friday. I graded some Saturday. On Sunday, I graded 1 or 2. I didn't grade many on Sunday, but I graded most of what was in there Sunday when I went into the system. But it was early Sunday morning, about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then today I got up about 4 or 5 and I finished grading the rest. It takes a long time to grade the papers and to try to read through everything, but that's the only way I can get through them all if I start early on to start grading them. Oh, thank you, Jamie. But I wanted to make sure that you understand. The biggest thing about your grades, when you know what you're dealing with, then you can move forward and responding. Adults are so busy, they don't have time to track their grades constantly. And so the more I'm able to give you, my research has shown that the more I give you up front and as fast as possible, then you're able to adjust and do what you guys need to do to make you're able to make the adjustments you need to make in order to achieve the goal that you're trying to achieve from the course. And so that's why I go ahead and grade as fast as possible, and I start grading on Friday, and spending 4 days grading instead of spending 1 day grading, or the week grading on the opposite end, because I know you like to find out what your results are. So, but that's it for tonight. Um, you're welcome. Uh, that's it for tonight, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the discussion post this week. And if you have questions, please reach out. I'm trying some different things, so hopefully it'll help. Each week, I'm trying different things to see if that makes a big difference on how our turnout is and how we improve in the course, or being able to answer the questions. And if we're missing assignments or things of that nature, I'm reaching out to those that we're missing assignments from. If that happens to be you, we're going through what the scenarios are, and we're building a strategy together to get through what it is that has to get done, any way that I can help, or finding assistance for you. If you need the writing lab or something like that, that's what we're doing. So you may get a lot of emails from me, but the point is, I don't want you to be at the last minute having to do things in week 10. And because in week 11, I don't have a lot of time to work on those things because I have to get prepared for the next quarter. So it's very important that we stay on task, especially as we get closer to the end of the quarter, even for those who've asked for some extra time to complete something, because if you do that, we can move ahead faster. And if you do things at the last minute, like I know for the most part, 90%, and this is a true statement, 90% of the students that Sunday or don't get the best grade possible for discussion posts, and don't do as well for their quizzes because they don't have the knowledge, the information in there, because they're constantly working on borrowed time. And so you want to be careful about that. If you want to increase your success rate, really try finding time earlier than Sunday night to get it done. All right. So that's it for tonight. Thank you so much. Thanks again, Jamie. I really appreciate you signing on, even though we couldn't hear you. I thank you for the questions that you posted in the discussion post. Okay, thank you. I can say that I really enjoyed this class and your teaching style, explanations, etc. Last class I took, geez, felt like it was never ending, but this one is like, I feel like it's going by quick, which is weird. I maybe because I'm enjoying it. Thank you, Jamie. I needed to hear that. And I feel like it's going by fast too. I'm such a fan of leadership. It's ridiculous, and no problem. That's okay. Sometimes reading is great, and at least I got evidence of what you're saying there, and I can play that again and look at it again. And I tell you, it really helps me as a teacher. Sometimes, teachers, they need a little more push and motivation from the student, because that's what drives them. The students are what drive them, because that's their passion to want to help students learn. But thank you guys so much. It was great. And I'll check you in the discussion post this week. And like I said, week 7 assignment is coming up next week. And I look forward to you guys getting through that. And if you have any challenges, please reach out and let me know. Take care. Bye-bye, Jamie.